Yes. Okay. So the final thing that I'll say, and I'll see what Sierra has put up, is y'all can stop asking me if I'm running for Senate. I promise you, I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't talk about this on the other side. Y'all were asking me. But we're on the campaign side right now. So I am being perfectly honest with you. Our poll is in the field. Our poll is not being done the traditional way. Our poll is being done the way that I think we would need it to be done to know whether or not we can actually win. And I am supposed to get the polling results on tomorrow. At the latest, I'm supposed to get them on Monday. So if you are in Texas and you get asked them, answer the questions, and be honest about how you feel. But this is going to be a really, really tough decision for me. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with y'all. I don't take it lightly, and this decision isn't about me. A lot of people talk about the primary poll, and yes, you got to get through the primary to get to the general. I want to be clear with y'all that I want whomever has a chance at actually flipping the seat to be the one. So even if the polling says that that person is like not the strongest in our primary, then I think everybody else should back out and give that person space. That's what I honestly believe. I don't think that we can afford to be selfish in this moment, especially like, what's the consolation prize for losing? I mean, what you get? Like, you get to say one time I was a nominee. I mean, like, that's not how I roll, right? And I am a data driven / vibes type person. So it's vibes that led me to deciding whether or not I should seek the data to confirm what I'm getting on vibes. And as someone who traveled the country, the entire country, on behalf of both President Biden as well as VP Harris when she was the Democratic nominee, as someone who is still consistently asked to be everywhere, as I just did 4 events in one day in Michigan, and no, it's not a presidential cycle. As I am being asked to go any and everywhere, deep south and otherwise. And for those of you in Tennessee, make sure if you're anywhere near that special election that's coming up at the very beginning of December, make sure you go out and vote. Early voting has already started. I am all over California, Pennsylvania, Virginia, you name it. I am all over. It is that energy and that belief that I can somehow make a difference when I show up that makes me believe if I can make a difference in other places, why is it that I would not be effective or making a difference in my home state of Texas? That is my belief. That's the vibes. But y'all know I like receipts, even if y'all don't like what the receipts say. So I've got to have data, and I have been very transparent. I plan to share with the other 2 candidates that are running. If that data reveals that, say, one of the other 2 candidates has the ability to expand the electorate in a way that I just don't, it is my intent to get behind that candidate and support them through the primary as well as the general. It is my intent that I will work my hind parts off to get that person elected. I am here to tell you that we can't get the things that we want in this country unless we change the Senate. When we look at the fact that we're in this quote unquote arms race around redistricting, the House passed the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act as well as the Freedom to Vote Act. They passed it, but it went nowhere in the Senate. We also can get reproductive access passed out of the House. It still would not go anywhere in the Senate. We have to get more than what we have. We've got to flip it. And that is the only way that we're going to get anywhere. If we're going to get any reforms on this Supreme Court, whether it's just getting them a rule of ethics which I think is beyond basic, since every other judge in this country, no matter the level they're on, has a rule of ethics that they have to abide by. We can't get anything unless we transform the Senate, which means we got to change the map. It can't just be, well, we know California's going to have 2 blue ones. Well, we know Maryland's going to. No, we've got to do what we did in Georgia. We got 2 blue ones down there. We can do it in Texas. I know the numbers. I know that that is why they are constantly passing voter restrictions. That's constantly why they are going after people of color, and they are trying to minimize their voices because they know our power. I know we can get it done, but we've not done it yet. So the only thing that I can think of is what can engage people that have never wanted to be engaged before in the state of Texas. And if it's not me, that's cool. Like I'm good. I feel confident that Texas 30 wants me to return as their congresswoman. I'm not tripping. Like, actually, I may be tripping, but that's just about coming back to all the hell that we're dealing with. But like, no, I feel absolutely confident. I love my district, and my district loves me. And so I'm good. Like, it's not like I have, and to be clear, you don't get paid no more money by going to the Senate. You just have a lot more responsibility. I go from 766,000 people that I'm responsible for to 30 million. My pay doesn't change. I still have to come to DC. What changes is the map. I need y'all to understand that if we get a candidate that is actually formidable, do y'all understand that that changes everything for the Republicans? Do y'all understand that those 40 electoral votes that they count on to come out of Texas so that they can get the presidency, that's off the table? Do y'all get that, like, this running around from this state to this state to this state, all these small states? If they don't get Texas, it doesn't matter. There's no math that maths for them. This is something that they realize, and they've been playing everybody else in this country, pretending as if we don't have it. When Donald Trump won the state of Texas before, he won by 5 points. 5. That's not overwhelming. When Beto lost to Cruz in a clapback year, which is what I'll call it, right? Because Donald Trump had been president. It was the midterm year. Again, Beto lost by less than 3 points. Beto lost by less than 300,000 votes in a state of 30 million. So for me, I think pretty much the generic Democrat can get pretty darn close if it's Ken Paxton. I think so. The question is, what can that Democrat do to get the people that feel like no party represents them? To get the people that feel like nobody speaks for me? I personally believe that that's the difference. So, sorry I took so long. Got that out. I'm going to get to your questions so y'all can get back to y'all's lives, because it's late depending on where you are. We already at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. And I know people got